This is very apropos, or ties in very nicely to our topic today. The successful have failed more times than the spectator has even tried. The successful have failed more times than the spectator has even tried. And nothing could be more apropos than this today, because the spectator who doesn't try short form video is never going to get any have any success. But as someone who has tried a bunch and failed with many of them, I am starting to have more and more successes. Last week alone, from short form video content, I got at least 4 or 5 very warm leads. People calling or texting me directly. I'm not like not opting in, not like calling and or texting me directly saying, I watched one of your TikTok videos, or I watched one of your Instagram reels, or I saw a video on Facebook, and I'd like to know about X, whatever X was. John already asked the question, did I boost those? No, not a one. Does that make sense when you've got one that is a winning video? In other words, you know, if you create one and it goes nuts and it creates some inbound conversations for you, yeah, maybe that makes sense, but I am not spending any money on what I'm sharing with you today. Nothing. Well, I'm paying for one app that I use in the process. Okay. So, but I'm not putting any money behind the boosting of them or any of that. Okay. This is just organic short form videos. Okay. So, Harry, were these mortgage ads? I'll get into that. Some of them were, but there weren't ads. They were mortgage videos. However, every single one of you can and should be talking about mortgage programs in your market. You do not have to be a licensed mortgage originator or loan originator to be talking about mortgage programs. If you're just talking about, hey, did you know? So yesterday's video that I created, my daughter had a soccer tournament this weekend, and her last game was at 12:15 yesterday. We had to get there 45 minutes early to warm up, which is an oxymoron when it's 30 degrees with 20-mile-an-hour winds. It's impossible to warm up. So I'm waiting in my car, and I was like, well, I might as well use this. Well, I recorded a short video about the idea that if you have 2 out of the 3 things that I'm going to talk about in this video, if you have 2 out of these 3 things, there are mortgage programs that you may qualify for. Thing number 1, verifiable income, and whether it's 1099, W-2, bank statements, profit and loss. Number 2, you've got quote unquote good credit. And by good credit, I mean there are many programs available at 580 plus. We even have programs available down to 500 credit. Number 3, do you have verifiable assets, whether it's cash in the bank or other assets? If you have 2 out of those 3, we've got programs that you may qualify for. Notice I'm not saying that you will qualify for, right? You might qualify for. So I recorded a little 30-second video while I was in my car. I did the editing that I'm going to show you how to do on this session using 2 apps, one free, one that's paid. And then I posted on TikTok, I posted on IG Reels, I posted on Facebook Reels, I posted on YouTube Shorts, I posted on LinkedIn, and I posted on Twitter. And that video already on all of those platforms has had hundreds of views. It took me all of 20 to 30 minutes, and I was literally just trying to stay warm in my car before my daughter's soccer game, which literally my face was frozen by halftime. I was like trying to cheer for the girls. I'm like, anyway. All right. So here's what I want to do. As it relates to this topic, I thought it would be helpful for us to go through the what, when, how, why, and where, I think, of short form video. Okay. But I want to spend the most of the time on the how and the where, okay. But I think defining some things depending on your level of knowledge or experience with short form video, I think it's helpful for that. Did I not say The Who? Yeah, The Who. Well, The Who is you, or it's a band from the 70s with some great songs. One or the other. All right. So what? When we're talking about short form video, and I would like, I'm encouraging interaction here, right? I'm sure all of you are going to, get sick of hearing my voice, right? So how would you define a short form video, quote unquote, short form video? And you can open your line, you can pop it in the chat, and because I'm sharing my screen, I may need some help with moderating as well. What is, in your mind, what is a short form video, a short form video?
1 minute
60 seconds or less.
60 seconds or less. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to say videos that are 15 to 60 seconds in length. Okay. We don't have to spend too much time on that. Why is that relevant? Okay. Why is that relevant? Because depending on the platform you're on, that's how they're defining it, right? So TikTok originally was 15 seconds. Now you can do 60-second minutes or 60-second videos. You can even do 3-minute videos on TikTok now. And there is some application for that. Like there are some times where you want to do slightly longer. I mean, I would still say that that's kind of a short video. But for our conversation today, we're talking about 15 to 60 seconds. And I'll note this here, and I'll probably mention it again. Where and when possible, 30 seconds or less, I'm seeing better results from. And also, you can more easily distribute or syndicate those videos. For example, one of the places that I'm going to mention as where you should host your videos or syndicate your videos to is on your Google business listing. And videos longer than 30 seconds on there get clicked. Okay, now the workaround, which I'll get into as we go through this, the workaround is you create an update where you use your YouTube short video link as the update, right? So you can still get some extra traction there, but to be able to directly upload a video to your Google business listing, it has to be 30 seconds or less. Okay, so anything in that range, I think is good. You just may have to adapt your syndication of the video depending on the length. Okay. Where are you going to post these videos? Okay. What are the options for posting short videos?
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Okay. Facebook, IG, TikTok,
LinkedIn.
Absolutely.
YouTube Shorts.
YouTube Shorts.
Twitter.
Yep.
Twitter. I already mentioned one. Google business listing.
I had no idea you could do video on there. I was wondering. So I just heard that the other day, I think, from you. I'm like,
Yep, it just has to be under 30 seconds, seconds, and you can upload it directly there. And it can be over, like you can upload a 60-second one. It's just going to clip it to 30, unfortunately, and that's going to be confusing, especially if your call to action, which is part of, the magic in this. If you're going to do this stuff, you've got to have some kind of call to action to get people engaging and potentially reaching out to you. Otherwise, you're just, sort of wasting time. Are there any others? There aren't any others that I'm using, but I'm curious if there are any other platforms that are worth considering.
You can put it on your blog, on your website.
Absolutely. So embed on your website or in a blog. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. I think that, and that's a great idea. And that is definitely, if you're going to do the work, you should use the video in some form or fashion. And in that scenario, you're going to use the YouTube short, for sure. Anything else that we're missing in the where?
Yeah, perhaps a newsletter.
Okay.
That's what I do. I'm like, hey, I need to use those and put them into these other formats since I'm doing them for the newsletter anyway.
Yeah, that's a great point. So for those of you, we've got a weekly email newsletter framework, process, and template that we would be happy to share with you. Just get back to whoever invited you. If you haven't seen it or you want to see it again, we have a Google Doc that has basically the what, where, how, when, and why of sending an email newsletter every Friday, but not just any old boring newsletter, a newsletter that actually gets opened and engaged with, and most importantly, fills up your dashboard or your activity feed with low-hanging fruit. In other words, there are built-in actions and triggers to get people looking at homes, requesting a home valuation, asking questions, etc., that then become low-hanging fruit for you to follow up and follow through with. Okay. And so just get back to whoever invited you if you want to do that. But absolutely, that's a great idea, including the short form video in your email newsletter. And again, in that instance, I would probably, at least in KV Core, the easiest way to do that is the YouTube short. Okay. You could do, you could do any number of those, but the YouTube short to me is the easiest way. Anywhere else we're missing? That was a great ad, Isabel. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to skip how for now. And I'm just going to briefly address when. I'm going to say whenever you'll actually do it. Okay. Now, I'm sure you can go and find all kinds of data as like the perfect time to upload your short form videos. But here's what I can tell you. Done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. And, if you can optimize for a good time, for example, on YouTube, if you create any kind of content on YouTube, you can go and see when your view time is at its highest. So, if you can do some of that stuff, sure, but done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. So don't let that get in the way of actually doing the work, right? Here, very transparently, I do it when it fits in my schedule. Like when I've got a half an hour in my car where I'm trying to stay warm at my daughter's soccer tournament, or, 4 o'clock in the afternoon where I'm waiting for my son to finish up his workout and I'm just sitting in my car. Okay. So I fit this activity around dead time, like using productively using time that's, where I'm sitting in the car, I'm, waiting for whatever. Right. And one of the cool, the best part about this strategy is all you need is your phone. Now, there is one or two things that it's easier to do on a laptop or desktop, which we may or may not run out of time for, specifically with YouTube. And if you're using some additional apps with that, but for the most part, everything you need to do is right on your phone. So as long as you got your phone, you can be productive. Okay. Why is this important? Why should you do this? And you guys are all here, so you obviously think there is a reason why. So I'm going to leave it open to what we think here.
People watch them. Lots of people watch them.
Lots of people watch them.
Yeah. One of the best ways to engage and get business, right?
Hey, Josh, this is Tracy. I think one of the things it does is it personalizes you. When they see your face, they hear your voice, they can connect with you on a personal level that they can't do in an email or a Facebook ad or something like that.
100%.
100%. And in fact, there are lots of ways that you can create and share short form videos that don't have your face on them. And that's better than not doing anything. But I'm going to highly recommend, if you're going to do this, get out of your comfort zone and get yourself in the videos. And I'll show you some simple ways to do that here in just a minute when we get into the how. But I would highly recommend just, you look like, I've heard numerous people say, I don't like the way I look on video. Well, the way you look on video is the way you look. So at some point, you just got to own that and be okay with it. The video that I created yesterday, I'm wearing a winter coat with a winter hat with a pom-pom thing on the top. Who cares? It's about what you're saying more than anything. And if what you're saying is of value or use in some way, people are going to engage with it and appreciate it. Okay. I think I'll take a minute here. Does anybody else have anything to add to the why before I?
Yes.
Please.
You're able to put more content out because the longer ones takes more planning and you're redoing it, and just a better way to put out more content faster.
I have been absolutely, I have a man crush on Alex Hormozy. Okay, man crush. And he has like a 55-minute video on social content. And one of the biggest takeaways that I took from that was he mentioned having a conversation with Grant Cardone. And he was frustrated. Alex was frustrated because he was creating what he felt was a lot of content, and he felt was really good content. And Grant said, he pulled out his phone and Alex's phone and pointed out that Grant, he's like, I got 10 times the content. I'm putting out 10 times the content, right? And the reason why Grant is able to do that is because he's creating these simple short videos, right? It is hard to put out a 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 minute good quality video every day. It is really easy, eventually really easy, to put out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 short videos a week, and maybe even a day. Okay, maybe. I'm not suggesting, but you could. Okay, and you know, if you get it dialed in, and more content equals more swings. Okay, I'm a huge baseball guy. I love coaching baseball. I love watching baseball. Who do you think is going to hit more home runs? All things being equal. All things being equal. Who's going to hit more home runs? The guy that gets 10 at bats or the guy that gets 100 at bats? The guy that gets 100 at bats. Okay. And so more content, more swings, more opportunities for one to click, for one to go crazy. Okay. I'm going to show you here in a minute. I have YouTube shorts that have 2 views, that have 4 views. And then I have one that I uploaded late last week, and I didn't do anything other than put it there. It has 400 views. The one I did yesterday in my car has 200 views. All I did was, and that's not a lot, but also, like, for me to have that conversation 200 times, it's not possible without leveraging these kind of platforms. Anyway, now the how. I feel this is a good point to point out. We've been talking about a little bit on our Wake Up Real Estate YouTube show, short form videos, and I've been sharing a lot of what I've been doing there. And one of our regular listeners said something like, on one of our shows, asked recently, if you were starting over, what platform would you start with? Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And then he said, please don't say TikTok. Okay. To which I said, yeah, I don't think TikTok is the answer if you're only doing one platform. Because quite honestly, they've been talking about the fact that TikTok may be shut off in the US that's been a conversation that's been going on for quite some time. And honestly, it might. But if you're creating the content anyway, you might as well post it there. And I think one of the reasons why he mentioned it is, saying, do I have to create TikTok-y videos? Right? And I'm not creating TikTok-y videos, although every once in a while my daughters get me to do a little dance in one of theirs. Don't go and find those, please. What I'm talking about is, if you're already doing the work, it takes literally a few extra seconds to then upload that to TikTok as well. Okay. To answer his question, if you're wondering, if you absolutely made me choose one, I would choose YouTube. If you absolutely said you can only choose one platform to grow your business from today moving forward, I would probably choose YouTube. The good news is you don't have to. Okay. And when you're using short form videos, you can do it everywhere. Okay. Anything of note before we get into the how? And I'm actually going to I'm actually going to share my phone and show you. I'm actually going to make one of these, hopefully. Oh, I got the wrong one. Okay. Oh, got it. Where's my bear with me here. Oh, no, this is the right one. Okay, so I'm going to share my phone and show how I actually create the videos, the apps that I use, and then I'm actually going to post them. I'm going to try and do this end to end. And then part of what we're going to do for those of you here live or watching after the fact is turn this into kind of like a step-by-step checklist. Okay, so first and foremost, you need the video content. Okay, you need the video content. And I'm going to talk through some ideas. I'm going to show you some examples, and then I'm going to take one that I recorded before before the Wake Up Real Estate show this morning. That's 30 seconds. That's under 30 seconds. I'm actually going to show you like how I post them on all of the platforms. And hopefully I'm going to do that in all under 30 minutes because I have to be on our mortgage team huddle in at the top of the hour. Okay, so new share.
Josh,
Yes.
there was a question about why YouTube.
And Jen or Joe, a great answer. People use YouTube as a search engine. Here's, I guess my reason why would be it's growing. The eyeballs are growing, and it's a perfect platform for real estate. And I just have a growing mounting evidence of people using YouTube in my organization and outside of my organization that are just getting tremendous client opportunities and business opportunities from it. Now, again, I want to point out, we don't have to choose. That's the nice thing. But if I had to, gun to my head, that's where I would choose. And I would do a mix of short form and long form content, which I am doing also. Everybody can see my screen, right? How do I get rid of the
Romeo.
you can see my phone, right? Hold on here. Okay, good. All right, so
Yes.
let me start with this. The two apps that I use very consistently for what I'm about to show you are the following: CapCut and Captions. CapCut is free. Okay, CapCut is free. And like I would go download it now. There's lots of really cool stuff you can use with CapCut. Captions is not free. And there's probably, I'm certain there are other alternatives to using Captions for what I use it. It's easy to use, and it does what I'm trying to do very nicely and easily. So what Captions does is, let me see here, is add, you see where the down here where it's saying a new construction, it adds the captions in a very easy, simple way that is also attention grabbing. And you can do like you can change the look and feel of the way the captions show up. Okay, but there's lots of data and information that shows that having captions on your videos holds user engagement, right? And let's face it, many people are watching videos like this while they're supposed to be working. So they've got the video, they've got the audio down, right? So you putting the words on the screen allows them to consume your content, even if they have to have the video down because they should be working. Okay. So captions I use, and that's the only thing I use captions for. So I'll take a video, I'll upload it to Captions, and I'll do that in a minute here. And I then export that from Captions with those captions overlaid. Okay. Now you may be wondering, like, the different platforms do have caption functionality. Okay. So like the different places that you can upload these have the caption functionality. I like to just have one video that already has it on there because it's faster. And like the captions look nicer. Like the TikTok captions are very meh. I mean, it's putting the captions, but it's not very aesthetically pleasing, let's say, from a designer perspective. Okay. And then the other platform is CapCut. And what I use CapCut for is some other simple editing. For example, I may use CapCut to add an audio track underneath the video. I may use CapCut to add a title to the video. I may use CapCut to use stickers, which I'll demonstrate all of this here in a minute. Okay. So why don't we do that first? I'll demonstrate using these, and then we'll get into posting to the different platforms. So I'm going to open up Captions. Now I've already recorded a video. Okay. So this video is the one I'm going to use. This is a talking head video that I recorded with Instagram. Okay. Now you may be wondering, like, I didn't actually post it with Instagram. I just recorded it with Instagram. So actually, why don't I start with that? I'll show you how to do that, how I did that. And thanks to Daphne, I think she's probably on here. I was looking for how to do this a couple of weeks ago, and I've been creating a lot of these since then, and she reminded me how to do that. So if you open your Instagram and you choose the plus sign, or actually hit the home sign. Oh, maybe I am home. Hit the plus sign. No. How do we get to the reels? There we go. Hit the account sign and then the plus sign in the top right and choose reel. I'm going to click start new video, and you can see up close and personal. If you click on this green thing here, or if that doesn't show up for you, you have to click on the effects. You have to find the effects here under audio on the left-hand side. And you're going to choose, if I choose effects, I can choose green screen, and you may have to scroll to find that. Okay. But now I've got a green screen. I can using my fingers. Okay. I can pinch myself. Actually, I have to add the media first. So this is the green screen that I put. This is the image that I put. And then I can manipulate where I show up. I can use my fingers to kind of manipulate. And now I can record. Hey, it's Josh. I'm talking to you about this no income, no employment information or program, mortgage program, blah, blah, blah. I can do that, hit next, and then download. Hey, it's Josh. I'm talking to you about this. I can download it at the top middle here. No income, no employment information. That's how I created the video that I'm going to show you how to edit. Now, you could just open up your camera and record a video. Okay, 100%. You can use CapCut to make those same kind of videos as well, which I'll demonstrate as we go through that. Okay. That's how I created the video. It's right at 30 seconds. I'm going to go to captions. I'm going to click the create button. I'm going to click import, and then I'm going to choose my video here. And I'm going to click done, and I'm going to continue. Here's a proceed with English. You can even do in different language, apparently. I don't know what that would look like. It takes about 60 seconds, generally speaking. Obviously, if the video is longer, it'll take a little bit longer. While this is loading,
here's a no
income,
no employment mortgage program. One of our clients is in the process of closing on right now to pull cash out of a
I don't know how
home
to
that
turn
they
the audio
own
off while it's
and
open.
have lots of equity that they're
But
then
you can
going
edit
to
it on the
use to
right
turn
hand
input.
side. There we go. So you can choose different styles, different fonts, different ways of focusing. I think you can even, wow, Hormozy's so popular. He's got his own version of it up here. You can choose the Hormozy. So I'm going to let it be where it is.
Here's a no income, no employment mortgage program.
Color,
one of our clients
change the
is in the
active
process
wording.
of closing on right.
Just for us to move on. Actually, I need to go back and
here's a no.
I'm going to move it down here.
Income, no employment.
I'm going to save and then export to camera roll. So that's working. Now, while this is happening, I've been saying this often, but it's incredibly relevant here. 0 to 1 in anything you do is always the hardest. It's always the hardest. Okay. So don't let that stop you. If you get stuck, this illustrates a great reason why YouTube is when I said if I had to choose one. If you get stuck, go to YouTube and say, how do I do this? Right? How do I how do I change the font color in the captions app? And I guarantee you'll find lots of free tutorials, right? 0 to 1 is going to be the hardest of anything you do, including this. Okay, including this. And by the way, I started with short form videos without doing a lot of this fancy stuff. It was literally just me talking on, talking on camera. Okay, just get started. Just get started. All right, so now I have it exported on my phone. I can find it here. See, it's down at the bottom. I maybe made it too low, but I just want to get this going here. So I've added the captions. Now I'm going to use CapCut to do a few other things. So I open up CapCut, and before I show you how I'm going to edit, I want to show you real quick how you can use the same green screening effect in CapCut. So if you open CapCut and you tap in the top left, the camera icon, and I change it to 60 seconds, and I go effects, bottom left here, the winking guy, effects, and then choose green screen in the middle there. There are different types of green screening, but if you choose the top left one, I can make this same type of thing. I can do the same thing where I pinch and move myself around, blah, 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 blah. And then all I do is hit record. Hey, it's me, right? And
do is hit record. Hey, it's me.
So 0 to 1 is the hardest. Also, just play around with this stuff. You can't break it. All right, now I need to get out of this. Apparently I did break it. I'm going to close out the CapCut and open it back up. Yes.
So why do you prefer doing the green screen in Instagram versus CapCut? Just
That's
curious.
a great question. I'm glad you asked it, Harry. In Instagram, when you hit play, there's this progress bar that goes, and it's 30 seconds. So if you are creating a video that you want to be 30 seconds or less, so you can directly upload it on Google, that's when I use the Instagram process, that protocol that I showed. If I know that there's no way I could communicate this in 30 seconds or less, I need the 60-second, then I'll go to CapCut, because it will do the same thing. In other words, show you the progress bar, but it'll do 15, 60 seconds or 3 minutes. So it's just so you have a visual view of how much time you have, right? So that you know, like, okay, I've got 7 seconds left. I have to get to my call to action. Like I've got to get to my, hey, comment below if you have a question or would like more information, or just reach out to my information in the profile. And by the way, I hate that end part of the call to action. I don't like. I need to get better at that. So that's something that I'm still working on. Does that make sense, Harry?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. You bet. Okay, so now I'm back at CapCut. I'm going to click the big blue button in the middle that says new project. I'm going to choose the video.
Here's a no income, no employment mortgage program. One of our clients is in the process of closing.
That has the captions already added to it. And I'll show you the 3 things. Now, I may not do all of these 3 things with this video in this example, but I want to show you the 3 things. Okay. So the 3 things that I most commonly use CapCut for, number 1 is adding an audio track. And if you see, there's the bottom middle. I don't know if you can see my mouse here, but the bottom middle, it says plus add audio. Okay. That's one way you can add the audio track, or in the bottom row, the bottom menu, audio, you can tap on that and then tap on sounds. So I'm going to add an audio track. I'm going to choose, I don't know, I'm going to choose beats. I feel like I use the same tracks pretty often. Let's see if I'm going to use that one. Okay. Now this is critically important. You have to lower the audio. Otherwise, you're going to drown out the voice and people are going to run from your video. And by run, I mean like immediately X out. So then you have to select the video track, hit volume, and I've been turning mine down to like 7 or 8.
Here's a no income, no
it's just
employment
subtly
mortgage
underneath
program.
the
One of
video.
our clients is in the process of closing on right now to pull
Okay,
cash.
so I'm going to click checkbox to close that out. Now I've got to scroll to the right, and I've got to do a couple of things. CapCut, because it's free, when you upload a video as a project, they add their little CapCut thing at the bottom or at the as the end screen, but you can just select it and hit the delete button and it's gone. And you don't have to use their branding. It's just, you know, they kind of sneakily put that in there if you don't know what you're doing when you're editing it, and it'll just give them a little free advertisement at the end, but you can delete it. Okay. So now I've got the audio track underlying. And if I click the back arrow, that's very bottom left, you see there's text and stickers. So if I click text, I can add, why didn't it add? Oh, add text. Okay. And I can say, no income mortgage program, question mark. And I may have to add a line break. Now you can't see it because this isn't, the reason why I'm not going to do this on this video is because there's lots of text in my green screen, right? But if you wanted to, so I can click on this, and then you see in the middle, it says font, style, effects. I can change the style. I can create effects. So now you can see no income mortgage program, question mark. I could put that at the top if I want, but I'm going to squeeze that down and X out of it. But that's how you can add. It doesn't want to. So I'm going to delete it. I'm going to choose that and delete it, and it's gone. If I want to add stickers, I can click stickers and I can scroll through here. I'm going to do neither of those in this case, because I'm going to add stickers, but not a title. I'm going to add stickers as we actually upload the video. So I'm just going to click the checkbox. And so the only thing I've done is added the underlying
no
audio.
Income, no employment mortgage program.
I think
One
it's
of our
quiet
clients.
enough. I think it's quiet enough, although maybe I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to select it again. I'm going to turn it down to 6.
Here's a no.
Yeah, there we go. Now, once I'm ready, I can, in the top right corner, click the upload button and it exports. And now I've got a video that's ready to share. I click done. And now when I go back to my camera,
Income, no employment
now I've got
mortgage
this
program.
video.
One of our
Now, before I go uploading it on the different platforms, I'm going to do one more thing with the video to give it some SEO juice. I'm going to click. Now, how this looks on an Android, I don't know, but I'm certain that the similar functionality exists. You may just have to play around with it, or you may have to go to YouTube and say, how do I add a title and location to my video in my camera on my Android? Okay. But on iPhone, if you click the little I button that's in a circle, bottom, middle, but slightly offset to the right, I can then add a caption to my video and I can add a location. I'm going to first add a location, and I'm going to add Mechanicsburg, PA. Then I'm going to add a caption. I'm going to say no income, no employment mortgage program to purchase a home in Central PA. And honestly, I'm just kind of going to keyword stuff this a little bit. I'm just going to put in words that people might search. I don't know how much of an impact this makes, but it doesn't cost anything and it can't hurt unless you put things that aren't related, I suppose. So I'm going to put some other cities in here: Carlisle, Camp Hill, Harrisburg.
Josh.
Yes.
Does that program work for investment properties too?
Yes. Mhm.
You might want to stop. You could put that in there because you say a home or
Home or, good call, or investment. And by the way, what alerted me, so the reason why I made this video is Ryan, who's my Wake Up Real Estate show partner. I'm helping him buy a home here in Central PA, cash. He got the cash using this program on his property that he has a bunch of equity in Florida. So I'm taking, a a story and using it to get more potential clients. Okay. And again, this is a point to illustrate. Harry had asked early on, you know, why talk about mortgage programs, or was it a mortgage post? I want to illustrate it. Like, you don't have to be licensed to be talking about these programs. You're making the consumer aware that these programs exist. Okay. And in a minute, depending on our time frame here, I'll probably share the 30-second video that I did yesterday, which is just talking about the fact that if you have 2 out of 3 pillars, either income, credit, or assets, that we have more, that there are likely mortgage programs that you can qualify for. Likely, right? You don't want to tell them specifically, you know, you can qualify if you got 2, because there may be other things anyway. You know, that's just information that's good and helpful, right? And I think will create opportunities. And I guess my point is, you don't have to just be talking about or showing real estate in your market to make this work. So now I want to get into the syndication here before I run out of time. So the next step that I do is I open my notes and I create the content, the post that I'm going to, what I'm going to put with the description of each video on every platform. I was grasping at the word description. And I've just found that it's easy if I create it in here, and then I can copy and paste it into Instagram, into TikTok. And it's probably not going to work because for some reason it's all jacked up on here. Oh, there we go. It's just that one. So that I can then go copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Okay. I want to create it once. Now, the other way that I've done this, which is risky because then you forget, is I'll create it once in my Instagram post or in my TikTok post. But if you forget to copy it, then you got to do it again. So I like my foolproof way of doing this is I'll create it in my notes and then I'll post it in the different places. So I'm going to select all here. And I'm going to create a new notes. And I'm going to edit. Did you know there are mortgage? Did you know you could potentially, trying to think of the way to want to word this, and feel free to chime in. No income, no employment mortgage program is what this is about. So
you may.
Yes. I'm going to say, I'm going to flip it. I think no income or employment mortgage program? Question mark? Yeah, I don't know that I like that. Let's change it again here. I'm going to go, did you know you may qualify for a mortgage with no income or employment? Watch this. Watch this short video and if interested, check out the link in my bio or comment below. Okay. The other thing that I like with doing this is having different buckets of hashtags that you upload with them. So I have different buckets of hashtags. For example, I've got a bucket specifically more about the areas and real estate. So like Harrisburg, PA Realtor, and then a bunch of the cities. I've got a Harrisburg, PA Real Estate, Central PA Realtor, Mechanicsburg, hashtag Mechanicsburg, hashtag. So having different buckets of hashtags saved on your phone so you can easily go back to them. Okay. So now I've got my video and I've got my description. Now we can get into the fun part, which is actually posting the content. So I'm going to select all, copy. I'm going to start with Instagram. No particular reason other than that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start over here, start over. I'm going to choose my video that has the
Here's a
music
no income,
that has
no
the
employment
captions
mortgage program. One of our
and
clients is in the process of
tagged
closing
and
on.
captioned, etc. So next,
Here's a no income, no
I'm gonna add,
employment mortgage program. One of our clients is in the process of closing on right now to pull cash out of a home that they
I'm gonna
own
add some
and have
stickers.
lots of equity that they're then going to use to
I don't know,
turn
I'm just
into
gonna add
another
this one here.
asset, i.e. buy another
And I'll
home.
add a home one.
There is, as mentioned, no income and no employment information necessary. Minimum FICO 640. You can cash out can be used as
Or maybe I shouldn't have used that one, but I'm just. gonna go
reserves.
with
If you'd
it.
like more information,
I'm gonna
comment.
click next, write a caption. I've already got my caption written. I'm just gonna paste it in there. It'll usually do that where it makes you like tag the last one. I'm gonna add a message button. Okay, it says add a message button. I always add that to make it easy for someone to send a message. I'm going to choose a location. I'm going to choose Harrisburg, PA. I could choose, actually, yeah, I'm going to choose Mechanicsburg, PA, because that's also where the location that I added on the video. So I'm going to do that and I'm going to click share. It'll take a minute to upload. What time is it? Oh boy, I'm running short on time. Well, this will show you how quickly you can then upload them once you've done the hard work. The hard work is done. Now it's the fun part. The actual posting. And sometimes what takes the longest is them to actually upload and be live. Now it's live right there. Good to go. What platform should we go next?
YouTube.
YouTube. All right, YouTube. Fine. YouTube. Got to make sure that I have the right. Yep, I've got my right account open. I'm going to choose the plus sign. I'm going to choose create a short. I'm going to choose that same video, but I've got to make, for some reason, YouTube moves them around. Yeah, I don't know why. It might also make sense for you to delete the videos
is in the process of closing on right
that you're
now
not going to
pull
use
cash
once you
out
have your
of
like
a home that
main
they
source
own
one, so it
and
doesn't
have
become
lots of equity
confusing.
that they're then going to.
There we go. YouTube, you can't do stickers. At least I don't think so. Anybody know? Want to prove me wrong? I can't find a way to do stickers on there, but maybe I'm just an idiot. Which also shows you that you can be an idiot. And but you can add your own sound on YouTube. All of these platforms, you can add your own sound. I just figure like it's easier.
Here's
to
a
just
no
do it.
income, no employment mortgage program.
I
One
can
of our
add
clients
text.
is in the process of closing
You know, I
on
could
right
add
now
text
to
and
pull
just do
cash out
emojis.
of a home that they own and have lots of equity that they're then going to use to turn into another asset, i.e. buy another home. There is, as mentioned, no income and no employment information necessary. Minimum.
Next. Now, the one different thing about YouTube is when you upload your short, you can only add a title and it's got to be 100 characters or less. And then I put the full once it's uploaded, then I put the full description under description. But when you're uploading your short, it doesn't give you that option for some reason. So I'm going to choose public instead of private. I'm going to choose location and I'm going to put the same location that I added the location. But now I actually have to write my caption here. And I am finding this may be anecdotal evidence, but I think there's something to it. The YouTube shorts that I have emojis at the beginning of the title seem to be getting more views. Could be anecdotal, but it's working, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to go the face, a home, and the pointy finger, which is kind of the series that I've been using a lot. Did you know there are hashtag mortgage programs available with no income or employment verification? Oop, too long. How can I make that a little shorter? Actually, I don't need the space between the pointy. I'm one character over. Look at that. Perfect. Landed right on 100. So then I'm going to click done and I'm going to upload short. Man, I'm running out of time. I'm going to mention again that for all of those here, I want to mention two things. Number one, the replay of this will make available to anyone. We'll clip it down to just where we were doing the session. We'll cut out the wins and, you know, kind of the, the witty banter at the beginning. And also we'll be sharing a step-by-step sort of checklist process of all of this. And we may even have to do a part 2 of this at some point. Just get back to whoever invited you and we'll happily share that. So once it's uploaded, if you go back, you click on your videos and you open it up and you hit edit. Now I can add a description. Okay, so I'm going to do the same description that I created. And I can add it to playlists. If I have playlists I want to add it to. And then I can also add tags. Now that's the one thing, adding tags is a little bit easier on a laptop or desktop, but you can do it on here. It's just a little bit, I mean, it's harder to type, but I'll put no income mortgage program. I'll just add one tag, or mortgage financing, mortgage home financing, no employment. And I don't know that these are the best tags. Okay, you want to, that's a topic for a whole other standalone session, really. But I can save this, and then I do like to view mine and even hit the like button on mine, even though it's me liking it. I don't know, it provides some feedback
right now to
and
pull
then
cash out of a home that they
one other
own
thing
and have
is
lots of
adding a
equity that
comment
they're then-
and pinning it. So if you'd like more info or have questions, about this or other similar financing options, let me know. Okay, and I could put a link in here. You could put like a direct call to action in here, but I just want to keep it moving along. If I add that, and then I can, if I add that, I don't know why I would have timed out. Then I can pin it
to turn into another asset, i.e. buy another home. There is, as mentioned, no income and no employment.
I want to reiterate,
information necessary.
this would be
Minimum
the
FICO
video.
640. You can cash out, can be used as the reserves.
I
If
want
you'd
to
like
watch
more
the whole
information,
thing
comment
because I
below or
want my
reach
view
out.
time to be
Here's
full.
a no
Okay.
income.
That is what I would use in my email newsletter. That is what I would use in my blog post. That is what I would use. If I'm going to share the video elsewhere, the YouTube short is going to be the one that I'm going to use. It's just more easily embedded. It just has more built-in functionality. Okay, I'm going to try and do a couple more here, but then I do have to wrap up. I'll have to let my team know that I'm running late. So I'm going to go TikTok plus. I'm going to get my video. Which one is it? Is this one?
Here's a
Yep.
no income, no employment
I'm
mortgage
gonna
program. One
add
of our
a
clients
sticker.
is in the process of closing on right now to pull cash out of a home
I'm
that
gonna
they
use the same
own
sticker.
and have lots of equity that they're then going
I'm
to
gonna resize
use
it a
to
little
turn
bit.
into another asset, i.e. buy another home. There is, as mentioned, no income and no employment information necessary. Minimum FICO 640. You can cash out, can be
add a
used
home.
as the reserves. If you'd like more information, comment below or reach out. Here's a no income, no employment mortgage program.
And click next. I'm going to post, and normally I would take a little bit more time here. I'm trying to keep this moving along. Also, normally you can do this faster when you're not narrating what you're doing as well, and as you get experience. I'm going to add the location again. I'm going to make it the same location as I've been using because that's the one that I have. I posted in the same caption there, and I'm going to post.
When you go from sync,
I
I think back about who I used to be. I guess I'm still that same person, right?
Try,
But
for some reason I can't turn down.
what
the
I mean
video,
is I
the
used
audio.
to be a smack talker.
You got to make sure
Bullshitter.
you don't want to. You don't want to.
Instigator.
Now I'm going to have to add
I
the
used to love to
explicit
push buttons.
filter to this.
Cared a lot about myself.
And
One thing I can tell you,
it's almost uploaded. There we go.
Here.
Okay. And then let's see. What are some of the other ones? You can do Facebook Reels. Okay. This is how I do my Reels. I go into the main Facebook app. I change the profile to my business profile that I wanted uploaded. Create story.
Here's a no income, no
Gonna add a
employment
sticker. I'm
mortgage
just gonna do
program. One of
one
our
in this
clients
case.
is in the process of closing on right now to pull cash out of a home that they own and have lots.
What happened? Oh, I didn't add my description. Oh, no. I added as a story. Reels. Got to tap Reels first. So upload.
Here's a no.
I'm going to skip even putting a sticker because I want to keep it moving along. Done. Share now. And the process is essentially the same on Twitter and LinkedIn. Okay. I'll document that outside of this. We've got a lot of chat and questions. So I'll document that outside of this. We'll also make sure that I'll add, that we'll create a follow-up with answers to the questions, but I do want to take a few minutes here. I want that loan, Josh. What's the interest rate? I forget it. I always forget. Is it Andrea or Andrea? It depends on so minimum credit score on that loan is a 640. And so the rate will be, relative to the score to some degree. I don't know what the rate is at right this second, but I could get you that if you're interested. Will Foster, that's a great idea. Link it to a squeeze page from KV Core. Absolutely. That is a great way to, you should do that. Add the video on a squeeze page. Actually, it would be a landing page on KV Core. And that's just another backlink to the video. It's a little hack. Level part 2, good information, got to bounce for the audio track you had. Can you also use it when you upload? Yes, you can, Isabel. We will answer questions from the chat. Sorry, I can't find CapCut and captions. Thank you. Okay. So here's what we're going to do, because unfortunately I have to wrap and head to my next, my mortgage team huddle. Number one, I will make sure that we fully address all of the questions. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this video, edit appropriately, and make that available. I will also include a video on sharing to Twitter and LinkedIn. Are those the only two that we didn't share? And actually, since I'm doing it, I'll also show some of the other things that I do with the videos. So for example, adding it to a landing page in KV Core, or maybe even adding it as a blog post, and even how you can embed it or put it into a KV Core email template, which other platforms you can do the same thing. And then I'll fully address all questions. We'll export all the questions, so I have those questions, and I'll address them one by one. And maybe we'll do a part 2. I don't know if we'll do a part 2 later this week. Maybe it seems I'm getting thumbs up. Should we just do part 2 next week of this same session? Let's just do part 2 next week. Because there are other things that I want to dig into. For example, I didn't even have time to get into this, but one strategy that I started playing with is, I'm recording community tours where that's the green screen and it's me, the talking head. So I record the community on my phone, and then that's the background green screen. Now it's really fast. But I think that holds people's attention in a world where, our attention is more, being fought for. So I'll get into that. We'll get into some of the other ways we syndicate it across platforms, etc. So that's what we'll plan to do. But in the meantime, I will address some of the questions. We'll get that added, and we'll start working on building out the checklist for everyone. For those who are interested, if you have specific questions, need specific help, feel free to reach out to me or whoever invited you. One quick thing, Andrea, is CapCut good for regular video editing for videos over a minute? Yes, it's great for that too. It's not CapCut is not simply limited to short form video editing. You can do long form video editing with it as well, which is great.